yoga.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad is a Gam, my mom is a Dangbe. So I'm a proper Ga Dangbe girl.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I was born in Tema, born and bred in Tema. I lived there until I was 13. And then I moved to Germany, where my mom had migrated a couple of years before that. So I just joined her, and then that's where I went to school, finished school, went to uni in the UK. Stayed in the United States for a while and then came back to Ghana.
Oh, you're very well traveled then.
Yeah, settled.
Very well. How young were you? How young were you when you moved to Germany?
I was 13.
13?
Yes, 13.
Was there any cultural shock when you got there?
Definitely. That was my first time going to a butchery. So I couldn't speak the language. I could only speak English, obviously. And I was like, where am I? I remember the moment I landed, like the first week I told my mom, I want to go back to Ghana.
Goes to a butchery and says, I want to go back to Ghana.
I mean, home is home,
yes,
you know, home is home. And especially if you don't know the language, German is one of the hardest languages to learn and speak. So not even understanding, having no friends, because, you know, at 13 years old here, you've already formed those bonds with like your best friends, your first boyfriend sort of thing. So it's like you're leaving all of that behind and going to a totally foreign country where it's mostly white as well. So
I can imagine. Yeah. So can you speak any German?
Oh, yeah. I speak German fluently. Yeah.
So let's say hello, everyone. How are you doing? How do we say that?
It's hallo, wie geht's euch? Ihr seid heute alle willkommen. Gut, euch zu sehen heute.
I see. So at what point did you decide to come back to Ghana?
I came to Ghana after I had my daughter, Titi. Yeah.
Oh, so all that while you weren't here?
No.
You didn't have any intentions of coming?
Oh, no. I had intentions of coming, but I think for us, it was more about finding the right time and also making sure that the situation that we are putting ourselves in is conducive to take care of a child. So setting up our own home, all of those things. So, yeah. All those things were having a family.
Exactly.
You know?
So by that time you were done with school.
Oh, yeah. I was working. So I came during my maternity leave.
Okay.
And then, I was here and I was like, okay, I think we just decided, okay, it's best to stay instead of going back again, because we wanted to create that family unit. And we didn't think it was the right thing to do, to have like the parents separated and then the kids, you know, because I didn't grow up having my dad around. So it was different. I wanted to do something different. My husband also wanted to do something different because he also didn't grow up with his dad around. So.
I see. So you grew up with your mom?
No, my life is a bit complicated. So my mom actually left Ghana when I was 3. Yes. And my dad left when I was 5.
What?
Yes. So all my life I grew up with my aunties. My mom has 5 other sisters. And a brother. Yeah. So I lived with one of my aunties for a while, and then later on, before I moved to Germany, I lived with my grandmother before I left.
I see. So you had no memory of what your mom even looked like?
No, I mean, she
came.
She
used to come back.
Yes, she used to come. I remember on several occasions, and one of the fondest memory I think I have was when it was my 6th birthday.
Yeah.
And then she came to Ghana, and then she threw me this huge birthday party. And I got like a really big Barbie doll.
Cake. I know those ones with a Barbie in the middle with a pink dress.
Yes, it was really big. Yeah.
Oh, but that's sweet.
Yeah.
So like you said, you moved back because you thought the time was right, it was conducive, everything was set for you.
Yeah.
When you came back, was there any difficulty settling in Ghana?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, personally, and then also having a baby at that time as well, because it was like, that's actually the first time my husband and I were actually living together. The furthest we had been together was probably like 3-6 months or so. So this was like the first time we were living together properly. And then also, I was like, I mean, getting used to the Ghana system.
Yeah.
It was, you know, when you live in Europe and then you come back, you always have this culture clash. And it's like, do I belong here? Do I belong there? Because, I
can imagine. But But what job were you doing back then? Because moving back, aside the fact that it's conducive, you also have to think of your next move.
Yeah.
If I'm coming back, is there a job for me to take care of everyone?
So in Germany, I was working for a media and advertising company. And when I moved back, I was like, okay, the intention, because in Germany you have, once you give birth, you have like a 1-year maternity leave. Yeah.
1 whole year?
I mean, you can take, it's 3 months, but you can take 1 year, and it's paid as well.
Please, you know anybody in Germany that can?
So we're like, okay, why don't I do the 1 year? And that was really for me also the start of my entrepreneurial journey.
Okay.
And wanting to do something on my own, and that gave me the opportunity. So that's when I started. Even though I was at home, I was still starting my business.
Your own business.
Yes. Exactly.
What business is that? Is that Brave? Or
no,
is
Brave started 2 years ago.
Okay.
So with that, I was doing mostly e-commerce, and I was also doing real estate. So R&B.
Yeah, someone's rich. Okay.
I was doing Airbnb because we had properties here that you could do short-term rentals, and it's really a lucrative business. So anyone, if you have any home that you're not using, doll it up and put it on Airbnb.
We thought you would give us one of your houses so that we can doll it up and then maybe put it on the market and make some money. So you did that for a number of years, even before Brave came along.
Yes, even before Brave.
So if anybody comes to you and asks you, what is your profession? What do you say you are?
I mean,
a real estate agent?
Now, really, I have transitioned back into my media career.
Okay.
So now with Brave, I started my content creation business, and then also having the CSR angle of Brave.
Okay.
Right? So that's Project Brave. Yeah.
I see. What is Project Brave? What is it?
So Brave is, as I said, something I started 2 years ago, and it was really an initiative where I wanted to empower young Ghanaian women